Up until now, we have been using Python's built-in functions like print and input. But Python is much more powerful than that. It comes with a standard library, a collection of ready-made tools called modules. Think of modules like toolboxes. Each one contains special tools for a certain kind of task. For example, the math module gives us extra math functions and constants. The random module helps us generate random numbers, and the datetime module helps us work with dates and times. Let's explore these toolboxes step by step. Before we can use a module, we need to import it. The word import in Python is like opening a toolbox. For example, if I type import math and run this, I have just told Python I want access to all the tools in the math module. Now let's see what we can do with it. Suppose we want to calculate a square root. Python doesn't have a built-in square root function, but the math module does. So let's try this in a new cell. Import math and print square root of 16 math.sqrt 16. Print cosine of 0 math dot cosine 0 and print. Now let's get a constant value like a pi value. Pi constant, again math.pi. Now let me run this. So the output is square root of 16 4, cosine of 0 1, and pi constant 3.1415. Notice how we always write math dot before the function name, like math.sqrt. That's Python's way of saying, go look inside the math toolbox for this function. With this module, Python turns into a scientific calculator. We now have access to square roots, logarithms, and even constants like pi. Next, let's explore the random module. Why do we need it? Imagine we are building a game or we want to simulate rolling dice. We need some randomness. Python's random module is our toolbox for that. So again, we need to import it. Try this in a new code cell. Import this time random, and let's print random number between 1 and 10, let's say. Random.rand in 1 and 10. Another print function to get a float number like random floating number between 0 and 1, random.random, and this last one can help us to choose one item from a list. Random choice. Let me correct this one as well. From a list, random.choice. I need to create a list. Let's do a list of fruits, for example, apple, orange. Let me do another one as well, like cherry. And let me run this. So the first one, random number between 1 and 10, 9. Random floating number between 0 and 1, that is 0.47. Random choice from a list, and apple is selected. So with this module, we can simulate dice rolls, shuffle cards, or randomly select data. Notice that every time you run this cell, the results change. That's randomness at work. For example, let me run this one more time, and you see, for example, for the first one, the selection is the 3 this time. For the second command, this is 0.617, and the last one, it results in orange. So the first one, rand it 1 to 10, gives us a random integer between 1 and 10. The second one, random, gives a decimal between 0 and 1. And the third one, choice, lets Python pick randomly from a list items. Now let's look at something very practical, working with dates and times. Python has a datetime module that helps us answer questions like, what's today's date? What's the current time? What day of the week was I born? In a new code cell, let's import datetime module. Import datetime. Now let's do, for example, current date and time. Let's create a variable for that. Date time dot date time now. Print current date and time now. Let's do another example, like extract parts. Print year no dot year. Print month no dot month, and print day no dot day. And let's create a specific date as well. Create specific date. For example, birthday. Date time dot date. Let's do, for example, 1995 12 15. Parent birthday and let me run this. So here we see the power of date time. Now gives us the current date and time. We can pick out the year, month, and day individually, like this one. And we can even create custom dates, like a birthday or an event, what we did here. This is especially useful in applications that need logging, scheduling, or time-based records. Sometimes writing math.sqrt every time feels long. Python gives us shortcuts. For example, let's try this one. From math, import sqrt pi. Print square root of 25 and another one, print value of pi. Let me run this. So square root of 25 5 and value of pi 3.14. By writing from math import sqrt pi, we pull those tools directly into our workspace. Now we can use them without typing math dot in front. But be careful. If you import too many functions this way, your code may get confusing. So use it only when it improves clarity. Now let's work on a practical example. Let's say random birthday. Let's put everything together, random and date time. Try this small program. Import random and import date time. Generate random year, month, and day. Year, random.randint, let's say 1990 2025. Another variable, month, random.randint 112 128. This is safe to avoid invalid dates. Actually safe. Now random birthday date time dot date year month day and print random birthday random let's do birthday. And let's do another print function. Print, for example, day of the week random birthday Now sample output is like random birthday 2016 08 07 and day of the week Sunday. In this program we used random to generate a random year, month and day. We used date time to create a real date, and then we formatted it with strftime to get the weekday. This shows how combining modules gives us powerful solutions with just a few lines of code. So here is what we learned. Modules are toolboxes that extend Python's abilities. Math gives us advanced math functions and constants. Random lets us generate random numbers and selections. Datetime helps us work with dates and times. We can import entire modules or just specific tools. By combining modules, we can solve real-world problems easily. Overall, with modules, Python grows from a simple language into a versatile platform.